So what's your name? Where you from?
New York City.
And so what you think about the Haitian Revolution?
I think the Haitian Revolution was a time that was necessary at the time that it happened. I mean, it wasn't more, but the people rebelled against their oppression. So I'm very clear on that. You know, enough of it is not taught. Of course, dealing with the what countries we come from and how that education system goes down. So there's a lot of us that's blinded to knowledge of the truth just by studying history.
I got a question for you. So Haiti had a revolution that was successful. How come no other black population within the Americas followed Haiti's example and liberated themselves?
Well, you have three of them. You have Denmark, Vesey, you have Gabriel Prosser, you have Nat Turner, and you have a lot of rebellions that go unnamed. So it's not like we didn't fight back. It's just like right now. Gil Scott Heron tells in one of his poetic lectures, he says, you know, like if we wanted to fight the military, he said you can say enough about this country, but they got a missile for every one of us. That's how overstocked they are. You understand what I'm saying?
You understand what you're saying?
I'm saying that, you know, rebellions are fine, but you don't want to be romantic about it.
All right, cool. So, but from what you said, honestly, from what you said, out of all of them, Denmark Vesey had the best plan because his plan was to come to Haiti and to come get us, to bring us here, to help to free y'all. Because what happened is that Haiti, let me just make this point.
Okay,
because Haiti freed, we went to Bolivia, South America, with Simon Bolivar, and we created Venezuela and Bolivia. We also helped Ethiopia. And what happened is, that was a brilliant plan that Denmark Vesey had. And I think that's why I give African American props, because if he would have been able to put that plan into play, you probably would have freed y'all, but you had too many coons who snitched. Because the thing about Haiti is we studied America militarily, and what happened is they were smart. They didn't face us in the colonial days when British and France came for us, because they knew if they would have attacked us, they would have caught an L. So what they did is they waited till they built up the military power, and then they came for us in 1915. But what you said about Denmark Vesey was smart, because if he would have came for us and we would have united, we would have freed us, and this would have been probably Haitian America today, because by him not doing that, they created the Homestead Acts and brought a lot of Europeans over, and that's what fucked y'all up. So what were you going to say?
But I was going to say, don't think of it as y'all. Think of it as the Haitian community as opposed to the African American community. And then when we were in slavery, remember, babies were torn from their mothers, as they do right now with the people coming out of Central and South America. So how do you grow up with an identity of unity? You understand? And they made us think, just like, you know, when you talk about the color line in Haiti. You follow what I'm saying? And what went down, and then what, you know, and then you wonder why was baby dark and dark.
You know about the War of 1812?
I'm familiar with it.
You familiar with it?
I got the book.
Okay, cool. Okay, I'm gonna just ask you a couple more questions. So what you think, so I got a question for you. It's been 200 years since America and Haiti got their independence. They got it at the same time. Why do you think America has developed and Haiti hasn't developed yet?
Oh, it's just a matter of, like I said, the education and the brainwashing of the mind.
All right, cool.
So they put it into the culture and they keep you, if people don't train you to think, how do you think? How do you develop? You see what I'm saying? So the whole question was they have to get control of your mind. You understand? And once you go in line with your oppressor, then you're going to have a problem. You understand what I'm saying? Because you're not going to develop. But you know, all things in time. So in history, things are bad now. At one time we were sitting on time. You know, another phrase. It's just, like I said, the greatest thing you can always do is read on history and don't stop.
All right, cool. And what message would you like to send to the Haitian people?
Hey, stay strong. Stay in the struggle. We will win.
All right, respect, man. One love, man. All right, later. Here, take this with you.
All right, bro.
It's got the information what I'm doing.
All
Yo,
right.
nice.